Hey everyone, this is Dr. Neil Schwartz. Today I have another amazing case for you. This is another case of mini bumps, and we'll talk a little bit about wear and tear that you can get from acne even with the smallest of bumps. This client has had acne for a long time, many years, and had tried everything. She wrote to me asking if I could help her with these small bumps. I've never met her before. She became a home version client, and she took very good high resolution photos that she then asked me to share with you all. Let's check her out on day one, see what she's suffering from. She's had this for years, so you can imagine after years of it, it gets a little bit frustrating. She has the smaller bumps here. Sometimes they come up in medium-sized red bumps, but you can see she has a ton of these tiny bumps that are stuck in her face. She called them milia. I just call all of this problem plain old acne, or I just call them bumps, rather, just to keep it simple. But you could see that there's, if you were to count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 in this area right here. So you can imagine she had many on her whole face. So this is her on day one. She has tried everything, and she has made great efforts for her skin, and this is where she's got it to so far. And day 14 on the program, you could see the bumps are decreasing in number, and her skin is starting to get back its control. And you'll see at day 42, she's in total control. This is total inactivation in incredible high definition. You can see every pore, and really we're going to study this so people understand this is real. You can now see every pore on her face because she was able to take such a high resolution photo. And let's compare that to day one. Let's get in there. We can focus on any part that is interesting to us. It's pretty amazing, especially considering she had been trying many products for many years. And you can see some of the wear and tear that she has on her face is from years of trying and failing. But a lot of this wear and tear and the enlarged pores will also soften over time. Her and I can talk about that to speed that natural process up. But if she maintains it this inactive for many months, a year or two, it will naturally soften as well. Although rather than wait, you can also speed up the process. Let's take a look. It's just an amazing recovery here. Let's get all the way in there. And this is before, and this is after. Let's go a little further out so you can see where we are. I don't think you can get any higher resolution from a photo sent through the email. It's incredible. She did a great job in capturing what her problem was and what it looks like when we're done. Let's see if there's any areas we want. Let's look at the jawline. She has a lot of small bumps here on the neck and jawline. Take a look at that. And that's pretty dramatic. Let's see what else we want to look at. Let's look at this individual bump right here and all the bumps surrounding it. You can see where the faint dark mark is still fading, but clearly she did a good job taking photos here. I'm proud of her. Amazing. Let's move on to the rest of her face. This is her forehead on day one. Not as bad, but you can see she's still suffering from these tiny bumps that get plugged in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And let's see her on day 14. You can see she's got some of the dark marks left, and we see there's a few more still stuck in here. And day 42, you can see there's some of the same dark marks still healing, but if you look closely, she did such a good job with the resolution here. You can see every single pore, and we can see that there is no activity here whatsoever. Maybe one bump down here, if we could maybe make one out here, maybe one or two there, but you'll see in comparison. Check this out. Just total inactivation. And so she's on her way with that area as well. Let's see the other side. This side is pretty dramatic. She has a ton of bumps in here, almost coalescing into enlarged patches that are elevating off her face, but really it's from having a ton of bumps. If you look closely, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it becomes hard to tell a bump from the skin from the wear and tear. You'll see it much easier when she starts to heal, but this is a coalescence of many, many bumps, and it really gives a look that it's even more scarred up than it actually is. It's really, there's things stuck in there, actually stuck in there. You see a whole cluster here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the big one next to it. All this, these are all, this isn't just wear and tear. She's got clusters of bumps still stuck in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. She got it through the neck as well. And let's see how she did. This is, the first shot is her progress at day 14. You can see in the numbers of bumps decrease dramatically. So let's go. This is day 1. This is day 14. The numbers have dropped significantly in 2 weeks. And this is her now, which is unbelievable. What you're witnessing here is the total inactivation and total cleaning of the face, leaving behind a little bit of the wear and tear where pores were dilated by those bumps that we saw for years. She had bumps in there on and off for years. And you're seeing some of this wear and tear, although it will soften over time. She just recently got inactivated, so now she can finally let her skin rest and heal, and this will soften up over time if she maintains this level of inactivity. Let's compare this to the first shot and really study what skin does when it's inactivated. So let's study this coalesced part here. Many bumps, dozens of bumps stuck in here. And let's move to the other photo. You can appreciate every single pore can be accounted for here. It's amazing. So let's look really closely. Look at all these bumps really stuck in the inner face here. Let's study them all. And now let's look at the after shot. All you're noticing visually, aesthetically, are areas that have been traumatized from bumps. This is completely perfect skin as far as health is concerned, and we can talk about softening up scars later on or with time, or we can also speed up the process. But the important part to learn from this photo, this before and after, is that here she's at high risk of making new scars. And in this place, the anxiety has dropped to 0 because she's no longer at risk of making more scars. Back here, not only does she not like the look of it currently, but she has to worry that essentially her flesh is being eaten by inflammation of the bumps, because inflammation is a destructive process. Now, here, she just has to worry about a cosmetic buffing that we're going to work on, or just healing over time. She's no longer having a medical problem here. This is simply cosmetic, and she can work on this at her leisure over time, and there's no urgency for this. Whereas for this, there is an urgency. If she lets this go on for longer, months, years, even longer, decades, she'll have 10 times the amount of wear and tear. So it's a good lesson in bumps versus light wear and tear, and you can tell that this way of living is so much more comfortable, and I'm very proud that she was able to capture this in such high resolution. It's really unbelievable that I've never met her, and she was able to do this on her own just to contribute to the mission. She has given you these shots that are just overwhelmingly focused. I'm very proud of her. Look at every single shot is in perfect focus. Let's go. So study that some more so you see the difference between bumps and wear and tear. I'll keep scanning. I think this is worth really looking at for a while. This is pretty unbelievable. Let's keep looking around. If there's any area that looks interesting, We'll try to zoom in on it. Let's see. She has such resolution here. We can go all the way in. Look how many little elevations you see. This one right here, that is a real pimple. It's just so small, but it's stuck. It's stuck. Let's go back. You see everything's healed. If after seeing a case in this high of a resolution, if you in any way think your case is special, hopeless, different, or untreatable, consider that maybe you're suffering from a different condition called hopelessness. And it's important to know that hopelessness is also treatable. I believe this project, especially with the inclusion of this incredible case, is proving that all cases are treatable beyond any doubt. And I think the resolution here of this photo is just, could not be more proof of what is possible. And I'm just, it's amazing what the resolution can do for people as far as their hopelessness and their belief in what's possible. And so take a close look. You can zoom on these yourself too. If you know how to zoom on your computer, you can zoom in further than I'm going. I'm just trying to get it so that it's reasonably visible. But this one is definitely worth studying. I'm going to leave these photos on here for a while, but this is definitely worth studying. What I call total inactivation. And she did this in the home version here. And this is, what's important to know is that there's many ways to do this. I've just found an efficient way to do it that I'm bringing to the world right now, and I'm going to try to bring it to the world in more efficient ways every year. And we're going to do our best to make it in every language and for as inexpensive as we can get it. But for now, we're doing the best we can with the resources we have. And I'm glad to see the mission moves forward with this case today. I hope you enjoyed this case today, and we thank this amazing client for sending us such high-resolution photos. If you have any questions, you can call the office or email me. I'll be here. Take care.